Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Formula 1 25, my team career mode, and today we are heading over to Bahrain, long pun. If you've not seen the last episode, you have to go back and watch it because we finally scored our third point and made history in the last episode because we have two Japanese drivers, Yuki Tsunoda and Hitomi Miyata, have scored points together in the Japan Grand Prix was absolutely a big achievement for Formula One and for the Japan because they obviously the one who brought them to on another thing. So I'm gonna quickly show you the result because why not show you everything that's been happening. So they told me to manage to score 6 points, but he was supposed to get 10 points. He was P5, but he has these that penalty that taught him to lose places. So it dropped down to P7, but still, point score and it couldn't last in championship. We are currently severed, which is incredible to see. And Yuki Tsunoda is currently stuck in the championship. Max Verstappen leading out massively, which is incredible to see from the Red Bull. So, I want to update you on the race weekend. We secured a points finish with one of our drivers. While it was on the podium, it was positive outcome that contributed to our standing. The car performed reliably and the driver showcased solid silver heat. Let me tell you, Miyata cooked. He absolutely cooked in that long point. That's why I think you must watch it. The goal reflect the hard work of the entire team. We are committed to building this performances, working to analyze and improve aiming for even stronger performing result in upcoming days. Thank you for your support as we strive for excellence. It's actually like Hartman. Have you got any point? No, that's fine. No worries at all. I've just quickly gone ahead and done the ability, but we got port for some reason. I think it's something to do with what we have to do for the event. I think so. But I want to also put the next update on the area again. For real rim cover 652, we saw the point. I'm taking that and see that anything else we could go for that is quite cheap. Nothing yet so far. Nothing on the ability. We got something for those. I'm gonna go for turbo. We got another. But yeah, like get another one. Let's go for ice. No available slot. That's fun. So as we can see, 4 researchers right now, and 4 of them should be coming within between Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, and some should be coming out for Saudi Arabia. But yeah, we got something to go for the event. I think that's why we got an issue. So, target sponsor internship program. Our target sponsor is to start a joint internship program to bring in fresh talent for our engineer. While it allows with long-term goal on board at March later, the team should be approved. Now, bring them in. I support
Hey, boss.
internship.
Really pleased to say that early talks have progressed well. And we're now in a position to have a first meeting with them to learn more about.
We've done that last episode with Miyata. I don't know if Martin is likely to stay due to the fact that Miyata be able to score a point Martin came close and missed it out. So I don't know how I feel about bringing Marty in to that obviously one financial Peter and Newton Tanona, but Newton's likely to stay in Red Bull anyway. Fanshow is a top option for us. So Victor Marty, his spectator is 241 worth 4 in engineering, level 3 fan rating, vehicle performing ranking 7. Hello, interesting. I'm more likely to go for Miyata, but Miyata hit the spot that I like to see from him, which is something I'm in awe with him, with that man. That I'm quickly check this now working. No, it's not. Like, what's happening then? Development paused for 2 days. But why? Did I do something wrong? Like, did I manage to mess up something? Did I do anything? Yes, we can. Did I go for fan outreach. I want to increase the level of our fan, which is quite important to be honest. So let's go ahead and a fan so I can see table is done, but it's complete research is done.
Chief,
That's
I
solid.
must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are waiting for development.
Absolutely.
Let's get that performance on the car.
Okay, so engineering, dual development, boom. We've upgraded our engineering, which is good for the remaining carbureting done. We're gonna go ahead and bring distribution in and dual development. We're now gonna bring 2 upgrades now. Getting there, becoming Alpha Standard Arabia, which is solid, which is the same for you. Bring in, be ready for Alpha Miami. That's fun. Bring that in. Mobility. What about mobility? We're too late to it. Damn it. So, boom, made a very nice product, so that's good. Now we've got both the same part, 22, that's fine. So that's becoming Alpha Bar, so Standard Arabia, table is standard, becoming Alpha Standard Arabia, ignition system coming in Alpha Miami, the ability coming Alpha Standard Arabia, I think. So Barley, we're gonna go for. We know Barley, we learned from other manager, it actually got better tyre preservation. So I'm gonna go for shop for allocation, which should be a problem anyway, so that should be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and track on to practice section for Barley, and I'll see you in qualifying.
Well, as the sun goes down, the speeds go up. It's almost time to get underway for this shootout for the fastest time and the best possible grid position for tomorrow's race. Let's get on with it. It's qualifying for the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Hey, Barley, long point it now, and with the qualifier, and I'm going to race with the Tommy Miata for this bar at long point. Of course, in the qualifier, we should do a good job. So that's all I need to do. If you look back, the example in Japan, we've done fantastic job, and I think definitely almost feel like I can continue with that in this bar at long point. So hopefully we can keep up the good momentum as we are in 2-2 with Miata. So that's obviously off a fantastic start, which is something I'm happy about. I've thought Martin didn't exactly make it out of 2-1 unfortunately, but here's the shot chart. The bottom 5, bottom 6 is Lewis Hamilton, unfortunate for him, but in qualifying the third one, I decided to do something different. Let's try our run inside the cockpit. You've seen what that's like, and I mean, I've enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it, but it felt really uncomfortable because it's a different side of things. I've thought, let me know in the comment if you would like to see me racing inside the cockpit for one episode or something. Just let me know in the comment for that one, and I end up 25 P10, which is not good. So I have to go back out again on a proper camera review, which is TV pod, and see what I can do with that one as we began. Or that began our section 1. We got a bit improvement over 1 second, which is mental. That's a bit different from inside the cockpit to outside the cockpit, but we still qualify 10th. Not a bad quality for me at the time. We still made it through 2, they got the chance to be able to shorten point, which is positive, and land on the pole, match section Piastri. Let's see what bar they got underway.
There was a race against time in 2004 to get Sakir ready for its Grand Prix debut. But today, the only race is where it matters, right on track. Welcome to the Bahrain Grand Prix. Formula One returns to the desert today on this exceptional 3.36 mile circuit. 15 corners provide plenty of overtaking opportunities, and it could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Lando Norris put in a fantastic lap yesterday, and he'll start from pole position. And Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Sonoda, Charles Leclerc and Ocon, Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Miata and Gabriel Bortoleto, Doohan, Lawson and Sir Lewis Hamilton and Hulkenberg, Albon, Antonelli, Ollie Behrman and George Russell, Stroll, Martins, Gasly and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And alongside me in the commentary box today, a man who I always look up to, which is easier said than done, Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
All right, this is Mark. Can you hear me okay? We're further back than we hoped, I know, but we can still get a good result from here.
Well, we are not exactly started further back though. We're still in a good position to score loads of points. Though I don't know why Mark does that. We are in a bad position, which is probably not even true anyway. And we are going to do 2 stops that actually show the plan I had in my head for me is medium, soft, hard. That's the plan. So obviously there was an option for medium, stop, and then hard to turn or something, which is fine, but I'd rather do 2 stop with medium, stop, and hard. It might work out for me but it's a Martin probably on a different strategy anyway. So we obviously try to do something different between each other and try to maximise the points score. They took me out to score a bit point in Japan at his home at Grand Prix, which is positive. Martin almost got it, but didn't achieve it. So hopefully Martin to enjoy Miata and get a big point score, and hopefully Miata will score some points currently in P9, who moved up in 1 place, but the 5 red light is now waiting to go underway for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Piastri, what a start for that Australian man, got himself ahead of Lando Norris to try to get himself ahead of Matt Verstappen side by side. Piastri is obviously not going to back down that easy. Matt is clearly on a quicker tyre. He proved it the last 3 Grand Prix and it's on a soft tyre. And Miata, another fantastic start that got himself up to 5th place, which is incredible start to see from P9. It's an absolute fantastic start. I'm very happy for Miata to be able to pull it up, and we've got a bit of a battle going on with Doohan and Carlos side by side. Of course, they are not going to back down, just like Piastri and Matt Verstappen. But Doohan is doing much more positively though than his teammate Gasly, which is but start to see that of course Doohan is on lucky and he is outperforming his teammate who's a lot more experienced than Doohan, and that's quite nice to see. Let's be honest here, and we've got someone in the front, which is Yuki Tsunoda, are making a move on Miata, but they are having a bit of a fight of their own as well. And of course, Doohan is still holding side by side with Carlos, which had Alex Albon getting on close, trying to get it right, but Doohan has stayed ahead of Carlos. The positive move from Jack Doohan, and we can see some fight going on with Newton Tsunoda, Miata. We have Ocon who is fighting with Fernando, the former teammate there. We've got both McLaren in second and third, a battle with each other, and Lando tried to take back his second place. Newton has overtaken Miata, and Miata, of course, not to give up. We can see the live timing. Miata, going down the outside, tried to punch his way, and it's gone ahead of Newton Tsunoda, 3 wide down there with the Mercedes and the Alpine Gatling Russell at the yellow. A contact made. Russell had made the contact with at the yellow. He got no fun with, we can see in the distance, had flinked off into somewhere, God knows where, not sure. It's now going to slaughter. And another timing, we've got the battle between both William, we can see Dumont has lost the play down to 12. How has he done that? I didn't know they see that happening. There's still more fighting going on side by side. Kathleen and at the yellow, you have William fight against each other. It is that here the start. We want to see really good battle. Unlucky for Russell, who dealt with damage, which is stuck for him. So, saying the head of Alec Dalbon, Gatling ahead of Atiele, which brought Russell through to try to get his way on loud of Atiele in live timing. Me and Charles were battling with each other as well. And it's been kicking off, and it's just absolutely fantastic to see, and it's difficult to keep up, but you can see me try to talk as fast as I can, so you can understand me. But what the battle has been happening so far in just the span of 2 laps. Wow, that is just wow. Max Verstappen is leading out with no problem whatsoever. We've got Martin, who's unfortunately down P21. Hopefully, it's a Brimstone back though and tries short and point. It's quite far down, and he got the chance, but he's on the stop tire, which you can see is a bit different strategy between Miata and Martin himself. So it's a chance to see what we can pull off with this, like, hopefully it will pay off at the end. Hamilton is battling with Dumont now at Dumont lockdown. The P13, Hamilton showing the Xperia got himself up at P12. She's not where I want to be, especially for the Ferrari situation, which we've got Charles Leclerc involved, who could be in the battle of his own with Miata, which also will have Yutin Tsunoda involved. Potentially we have Ocon, who did at one point overtake U2, but he's been flipped back to now. So far, it's been a positive start. Miata in a top 5, in which we have at Japan, just that that comparatively had taken away the top 5 for Miata, which put him down to P7, but that's still a bit prior to hopefully in Bahrain. We get no penalty for Miata, and we can score top 5 finish would be incredible accomplishment to see, but Miata is on a fantastic performance. Using Tsunoda is on a much more superior tyre with a stop tyre, so there's a bit of a pressure coming from Yutin Tsunoda, so I'm not too overly concerned because Miata has gone ahead and made the move on Charles Leclerc, absolutely clearing him. No need for battle going to the corner. It's just pure overtake, stay ahead, get yourself up to P4, because Charles Leclerc has done a hard tyre, which is tactically not really warmed up, and we can see that Mark, Miata Engineer, have told him that the ERS is offline. The ERS is offline. Where has it come from? I can't even activate it. So now the pace is gonna start falling off. I'm checking William MFD to see. Is there anything between components? It's not. It's just the glitch in the software that caused the ERS to be nothing deploying. So Charles Leclerc, you can see, is going to clear Miata very easily, and we might get Yutin Tsunoda and just go ahead and absolutely clear Miata, but Miata will get the ERS on Charles Leclerc, but because the ERS is off, it's difficult to keep up the pace, so Yutin Tsunoda has gone ahead and overtaken Miata. Ocon tried to do the same thing. A contact made between Yutin Tsunoda and Miata sent an inside to overtake Yutin Tsunoda, but there's the damage on Miata fan wing. We've now got a fan wing damage for Miata, which is not good. We just have to think about pitting, because one, the ERS, which is now been fixed. The ERS is now been fixed. Well, I tell you, why have not been fixed ages ago? So now the ERS is back on, but we had to pick anyway, which we've got the starting to stop hard. That is not going to work. That I'm just doing what I've told you at the beginning. It's going to be medium, stop, hard. That is starting to, so I'm going to put a hard stop tyre on and do what I can do with that, then put hard tyre on to the end. That is the plan. We also got Fernando, who had came in as well to put a stop tyre on. Don't know what the plan for Fernando Alonso. I don't react to what you see. Got both Alpine are battling with each other. Gatling is now ahead of Dillon. I'll take back my word. Gatling is clear faster than Jack Dillon, which is ultimately not what I thought to be the case. Still, Gatling was started far back from Dillon, Bortolano, Peter in a battle of it though, with Liam Lawson. Hamilton is now in P9 torn, with some cars have already started pitting, so Hamilton moved up a couple positions, but Hamilton can make a bit push to be able to, gain some places. When he comes in, he doesn't have to worry about nothing, about losing too much places. We've got more tires coming in lap 9, like of Ocon, using Tolona. Hamilton now up in P5, multiple cars have coming in, everything is changing. So just wait to see what happens. Of course, I haven't forgotten Russell is also got a fun win damage. He also had Taman, I don't know if he does change his fun win. Matt Verstappen is leading out very nice, but in lap 11, it's now in second place because he had pitted along with Piastri and Hamilton. It's now leading out the front, but it's in on a hard tyre. I believe so. I need to check the tyre on Lewis Hamilton if he hadn't. But on soft or hard tyre, I don't wish that into Hamilton doing first in the first stint. But Matt, it's getting quick, and Hamilton it confirmed on a hard tyre. So he obviously played the long game. They are trying for one stop in the stop for the Ferrari. I just wait to see what Hamilton's gonna be able to cook bit time. Is he gonna do that or is he not? Matt, it's clearly quicker than Lewis Hamilton. That clearly is the case. Matt, who was previously on the soft tyre, had changed it into medium. So tyre has changed for Matt Verstappen. Alonso got himself in a fight with Newton Tonona, which Newton had basically cleared him that easily. Locked up for Newton Tonona. There's a locked up, and Fernando Alonso has gone back though up the P7, and there's the battle going on between the leader and Hamilton, who have not yet to pick, not yet. So Matt is now ahead of Hamilton, which clearly will put Matt in a very strong position to pull away, because Hamilton might be in the fight with Piastri and slowed him right up because the tyre difference. I just wait to see what happened with them. And now with Miata trying to take down using Tonona, because of course Fernando is in a battle, but in lap 13, Fernando has already pitted in lap 12. UT managed to pull away, but my tyre is gone, which you can see Alex Dalbon has gone ahead and overtaken Miata. It's fine, it's not just a big deal, because I knew that I need to send Miata into the box and put the brand new tyre on, which almost put me straight into the wall. That was a close call, just stable for Miata. We're now going to put a hard tyre on, and hopefully we make it to the end. We need to do a lot of the tyre management to make sure we survive and score some points. And we've got a problem with one of my pit crew on the final line. They can't take the tyre off, but it's fixed now, but it doesn't matter. We lost a bit of a time, and we've just been told we're gonna do another stop. That ain't not gonna happen. That ain't not gonna happen. And let's say we try to come down, but that ain't not going to happen. You're saying out, lad. And Hamilton is now once again gonna put himself in a fight with Pierre Gasly and just cleared him on the soft tyre. He's going to be absolutely rapid, and he's definitely on the pace to catch up Newton Tonona, but Gasly returning back the favour. Will he hold Hamilton? Clearly not happening for Hamilton. He definitely cleared Gasly very easily. Miata also overtaken Oliver. Very nice overtake Miata. He can now chase down Fernando Alonso, who got himself in a pretty much bad train behind Jack Dillon, and Oliver almost got the move on the inside at Miata, but a little bit later to make sure he stayed ahead of Oliver. But with the fight that going on in front of Miata, that put himself in a very good position to be able to make up so much position, which is good as we're entering the lap 18 slow. Pitted, we got Fernando in front of us. We're gonna make a move on Fernando Alonso. on the left side, trying to get the overtaking by the outside. We should be able to stick to it, and Fernando is on a lot all the time. Then Miata is as we overtaking him, chasing down Jack Doohan. I'm going to try overtake him, and then hopefully Martin will work with me, and I can overtake Martin with no problem at Doohan. Going a little bit wide at Miata, taking a tighter turn, and clear Jack Doohan is on a slower pace, but his teammate is up in P5. How is he up there already? Maybe he's on different strategy compared to Jack Doohan. I don't know what the plan that Alpine is doing. We've got Martin in a P12. We know that he had to come in eventually because he's been on a hard tire for a while, so I'm quite positive that we should be able to overtake Martin quickly and then start the lane with the tour, having him helping me with the slipstream that will allow me to try to pull away from the car behind, which you can see we built up 2 tons in just one corner, which is a positive notice now, because we got the pace to be able to score some points. Some tires ahead of hadn't pitted yet, like Martin hadn't pitted for another stop, but he's clearly not going to the end. He is so much slower than Miata. We now to get to the other, and we say thank you to Martin for giving me the support to be able to start catching up to UT Sonona, who's currently running P8, and we got the fight going into the third corner. It's 3-1 Jack, Ollie and Fernando Alonso are they going to make contact like Russell had with the fan win? Still don't know if he hasn't chased it yet, but Fernando Alonso had managed to stay ahead of Jack Doohan. If there's going to be more fighting or not, Behrman had overtaken Jack Doohan, but Fernando Alonso stayed P10 and Jacqueline have pitted with now behind Doohan, but in the pack of the fight for the P10 eventually, so Jacqueline can still finish ahead of Doohan, which you can see Doohan has dropped the P21, and Newton Tonona has overtaken Esteban Ocon. Contact was made, but Newton stayed ahead of Esteban Ocon. But will Ocon get the other? Yes, he does. Ocon did return back to favour. Will he get him? Yes, he did. Ocon is ahead of Newton Tonona. What a move. Obviously with the bravery, but he was on basically close to the lad. He didn't dip into it by accident, but he didn't. He done a fantastic job. And Hamilton had come out in the pit where he was in P14. He's now up to P8 from lap 1. Now lap 22, he's in P8. He's been putting on a very good ride, and he's now right behind Miata, and he is on the soft tyre. So I think the best strategy plan, but I wanted the car for the hard tyre, so we will tell Miata to allow Hamilton through, so he don't have to put in too much fight or put pressure on the hard tyre, which we've been on for ages. It's almost 10 laps on the hard tyre, and it started feeling really not too bad, but it's getting up there where it could be quite bad effect on our racing. So Hamilton is now going to go ahead and overtake Miata, but Miata is not going to give up that easy. We will allow him to fight just for a bit, but it doesn't matter. Hamilton is easily overtaking me, and I got no pace to go up against Hamilton with that soft tyre, which you can see have pulled away already. We got no traction coming out the corner compared to soft tyre. But we do have Albon, who tried to shake down Miata, but Albon is just under 5-second gap. We got nothing to worry about for Albon, but his hit tyre is roughly about the same age as me, which is still at the yellow P10, Jacqueline, P9, Jacqueline on a new tyre, which he might be able to catch up Albon and put some more extra points, maybe catch up to Miata. We got Russell, which we can see haven't changed his fan wing. He's staying on the fan wing that with damage. 20 laps to go or something. Why has he stayed on that? Why has he not just done the same thing as Miata was doing? Come in, put a new fan wing on. It clearly worked out for Miata. He's P7 right now. I'm taking that it's better than being down where Russell is. P7 gives you a lot to point. That's why Matt Verstappen had already began his lap 24 while the other, who's in front of him, hadn't even passed lap 24. Matt is on absolutely god pace. Matt it quit. He could end up lapping the car ahead. Eventually, Piastri tried to catch up to Matt 6.3 seconds. Is he going to be able to pull it up? We'll find out. Lando and Charles Leclerc is in the battle of their own for that P. The Newton Tonona P5 clearly doing a fantastic job for the Red Bull, which is quite good to see for Newton Tonona coming off a fantastic win in China, fantastic result in Japan. You know, he's done a very good job for himself, and Hamilton is started again on Newton Tonona. They are not that far away from each other. 4-second gap between Newton and Hamilton. I can't wait to see if the battle will be unraveling between them two. But Miata is basically in no man land. It's in a very comfortable position to be able to finish P7, and Martin, which we can see, go ahead and try overtaking Russell, which Ultron had also overtaken Hazard. So Russell is now going to lose the play or not, but he looks like he's still side by side. Martin needs a positive acceleration to try to pull away from Russell, but he's on the final wind damage. Martin got the advantage. He got the advantage to be able to beat Russell. Russell has been struggling with that final wind damage. It doesn't look like it. Russell stayed ahead of Martin, but Martin P15 that better than being P22, which we can see is Liam Lawson, who has been DNF for ages. So he's already DNF like quite a while ago, which I do forget to mention anyway. So me at time, P7 that has already overtaken Alex Dolborn, so we might see that starting catching up to me at eventually. I just be waiting to see a Newton Tonona at 20.9 seconds behind Lando Norris, which Charles Leclerc had already overtaken just gone by. Charles Leclerc, the Lando, fourth place, Piastri now 5.3 seconds. He managed to cut down 1 second gap for top of lap, but top of lap that not good enough. He needs to cut it down every single quarter if he wants to beat Matt to it. Piastri on a good pace, but might not work out for him as we enter the lap 28. Lando has overtaken Charles Leclerc. They're having more battle of their own, but you know, if we can watch it, that'll be really good to see that something we want to know. Who going to finish on that P3 spot? And we got the replay to show us with Kimi at the yellow, who had overtaken Alex Dolborn to move up the P10, I believe so, P9, apologies, move up the P9, and Hamilton within 1.1 second from Newton Tonona. This is going to start up for a exciting final lap battle between Newton and Hamilton, who is going to get that last spot in top 5. Me at top, nowhere near to the car ahead, but Gatlin is catching up to Miata. He lose second gap to Miata before he was 5. He now late. So Gatlin is on a much more better tyre advantage over Miata, but we can still hold on to it. Hopefully we can shorten point without Gatlin interrupting up, and Matt Verstappen has begun his final lap in the lead of the Bahrain long point with Otto Piastri to stay P2 potentially. He's losing time, unfortunately. Charles Leclerc is now ahead of Lando Norris. Good overtake from Charles Leclerc. Lando didn't really put in that much of a defense, but it's that his plan all along. Lando planning to overtake him in the next DRS, though not this one, the next one. I don't know, wait to see what happened. And Hamilton is now winning the DRS race on Newton Tonona, and Newton shipped it over to the right, allowing Hamilton overtake on the outside. Will Hamilton get ahead of Newton Tonona? Yes, he does. Hamilton is now in P5 ahead of Newton Tonona. What on earth? Newton didn't defend. Again, Hamilton down some weird one to see, and Miata already began his final lap with a pretty solid space, hopefully 2.2 seconds behind it, Gatlin. So, if we had extra more laps, Gatlin probably would overtake Miata, but right now it's looking really positive. We could finish P7, but we jumped quite far ahead on the Max Verstappen. It came out the final corner. He joined the line to win the Bahrain Grand Prix. What Sunday from Max Verstappen, Piastri to the finish section. Charles Leclerc have got Lando Norris behind Will Lando catch Charles Norris doesn't. Charles finished third and Miata is joining the finish seventh, just 1.8 second gap to Gasly. Loud applause to this man. This young man has done a fantastic job. He got himself in a big point. I'm proud of
And in the
Miata.
end, there was no Verstappen. Max Verstappen. He takes victory.
And that's 2 wins in a row now, of course, Crofty. And it marks the fact that it's not a fluke. So, you know, their head's in the right space. What more can we see going forwards?
It's time to bring out the bubbly and spray it around. It's our podium celebrations. But there can only be one on the top step. Your number one, Max Verstappen.
Well done to Max Verstappen. The Red Bull is on absolute roll. But this season, just not what it's like in real life, let's be honest. The Max is now 25 points ahead of Newton Tsunoda, but Miata obviously scored in 7th place, so that did them up to 12th place. So basically, just like the finish he had in Japan. But this time, no penalty, which is good. But I wish we can finish top 5 if we didn't make contact with Newton Tsunoda. But at the end of the day, we're still in the point that's the point to Brittany Motorsport, which is something I'm happy about. And we got a second Italian win flap that failed. I'll tell you whatever, I'll see you in the next long plan, Saudi Arabia long plan, so thank you for watching, please like and just loving the video, do my very appreciate it, and peace out.